All right, we're here with head coach Reid Ayers and with Logan Davis and Rafael Davalos after a 5-1 decision that favored Capital tonight out on the soccer field. Coach, we'll start with you. Your opening comments on the game.
It was about what we expected. OAC play, it gets a lot faster, and I think we kind of knew what Capital was about. They certainly have some good players, certainly really play for restarts, and I think our guys came out with the right mentality. I think the speed of play was good. At the end of the day, I just don't think we defended the restarts very well.
Logan, I know as the game wore on, it didn't feel like there was any offense lacking from your end, right? You guys actually outshot Capital in the night. It felt like you had some consistent build-up. Where was the difference tonight between their being able to finish and you guys getting high shot numbers but maybe not putting it in the net?
I think a lot of where their shots came out of were their restarts. They're very predicated on restarts. 3 off of throw-ins, 1 a pen, 1 through the run of play. Now we're trying consistently through the run of play, and that's kind of where our thing was, where we can get consistent good shots from our good soccer efforts, and theirs were all predicated on restarts tonight.
Rafael, you didn't start most of the games at the beginning of the season, but saw plenty of minutes tonight in the starting lineup. Is there a difference for you starting the game versus coming in, maybe just in your mentality?
Yeah, I think you have to be, there's a little different in the warm-up. For me, I take it a little easier in the warm-up if I'm not starting, but you got to be tuned in from the start when I'm starting a game like that.
Reid, how about your thoughts on his effort tonight?
Well, I think both these guys have been very valuable coming off the bench, and I think their performance really over the last 2-3 weeks. We decided tonight to get them in the first 11, and I think their play merited another opportunity to start. I think we got exactly what we needed from them. Rafael made great decisions in midfield, was very productive on the soccer ball, was around the ball a lot, and Logan playing a variety of roles, either up front or in the midfield, was strong on the tackle and made things happen just with their movement and their energy.
Guys, what was the challenge tonight? I know you didn't necessarily mark him the whole first half. Chewy Gordon, right now he's second in the country in scoring with 14 goals. Both his goals came off headers tonight, one in the opening 5 minutes and then one about 15 minutes later. What's the challenge of trying to cover a guy like that?
I think he just got what a striker needs, the ability to just kind of disappear on when they're putting in a set piece. So he just gets on the end of it, right place, right time.
Yeah, I think that kid is just an overall great athlete. He finds the ball. He knows his athletic abilities, and that his team knows him very well, that he can go up, win those headers, and he showed that in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Reid, Greg Knox, obviously his ability to throw the ball in changed the game, and with Chewy scoring as many goals, that's a difference maker. But I think one of the guys that doesn't show up in the stat sheet so much that played really hard was Robson. He felt like he was all over the field tonight. How do you try to defend against a guy that has a motor that high and is always moving?
Well, I think their whole front line, I think Chewy has always been a solid player, but I think his mobility, he looks a little bit more fit. He was always a lethal goal scorer, but now I think his ability to come find the ball and distribute it and catch up to the game. And then with the 19, the number 7, the number 3 player, they have some real dynamic wide guys that present quite a challenge for our back line.
Guys, you're kind of getting ready for Ohio Northern now. It's a quick turnaround. You got another really good team coming in here this week. Maybe a comment from all three of you. Rafael, we'll start with you on trying to turn around quickly, and you got another good team coming in.
Yeah, I think we just have to put this game behind us, focus on the next one. Obviously, it's a different type of team. They're not predicated on the long throws, so we just have to tune on practice, listen to the game plan, and just execute better next time.
Whether a win or loss, that unfortunately tonight was a loss, we learned something as a team tonight, that when things aren't going our way, we don't put our heads down. We keep fighting till the end, winning a late penalty late in the game, and we just know that going forward, training on Monday, we'll fine-tune some stuff on Tuesday, and then we're back here Wednesday night.
Yeah, no, I think it's the joy and also the pressure of playing in the Ohio Athletic Conference. There aren't many weak games. Certainly, I think Capital is going to be a team that may win the whole thing. And the team coming in Wednesday is another team that I think most people consider to be one of the favorites in the conference. So, starting with two of the tougher teams on paper makes it a unique challenge. But, from the back in August when we got together, we talk about our performance and some of the things that we have to do to be successful. So where we're not happy with the result, I think there are probably more positives about tonight than there were negatives.